Hey guys, and welcome back to Garden of Kayland.
Where plants run free with jokes and clumsiness, let's make it green and wild in the Garden of Kayland.
So it's been a busy summer, and honestly, I've been all over the place. But in the meantime, plants have been flying into this house, and I'm so excited to show you how my collection has expanded. I've been on Etsy, I've caught a couple or several live sales, I've been at a bunch of different nurseries, and I got a special box imported that I can't wait to show you guys. I'm literally losing my voice from screaming on roller coasters the other day. So I'm gonna give you guys a little plant haul and show you what all I've gotten since the last time we spoke. But before we get started, hi, I'm Kayla and welcome back. If you're new here, welcome, and be sure to subscribe if plants are your vibe. This Hoya Argentina Princess was such a big deal to me, so I guess you could say it was technically a wish list plant. It wasn't a wish list plant for long though, because I very quickly gave into my impulses and got it. And to me at first glance, it kind of resembles the Hoya Australis Lisa, like with this yellow and green on the leaves, like the yellowish variegation. But the colors are a lot more like washed out, like kind of in a pastel way. And this silvery, like light green was what caught my attention. So I ended up getting this as an unrooted cutting from Etsy. I can't believe it made it here, first of all. But as you can see, I immediately put it into stratum. I see a few roots on it so far. So this is about 3 weeks worth of growth. No new leaves or anything like that yet. I don't expect any yet, but I will say I'm really relieved that it started rooting. We had a bit of a rough start for about a week or so, but for it to have only been here 3 weeks, it's in pretty good shape. One of the reasons why, and honestly there aren't a lot of them, I love getting little baby unrooted cuttings is because I get to watch it grow and like know that all of that growth kind of happened in my care. So it adds to the excitement of getting unrooted cuttings, but mainly the reason why I do it is because it's cheaper and I'm like, I'll just grow it myself. Sometimes I'm like, no, I can't take the chance with unrooted cuttings, but this I was definitely willing to take the chance on, and I'm glad I did. Like, it's growing very well, and I just think the variegation on here is so gorgeous. Like, I love that green, the yellow I could do without, but like that greenish color, oh my gosh, and they can sun stress to pink, and the red stems, which are kind of hard to see right now. The pinkish red stems kind of add a little bit of contrast. I have heard rumors though that these can revert, so I promptly put mine directly under a grow light. Plus they needed the extra light because they're unrooted. And I have it on a heat mat, so I'm doing everything that I possibly can to make sure that this grows into like a massive, beautiful Hoya. Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting on this one, waiting it out, seeing what it does, and we'll come check back on it in a few months. So here's a philodendron that I had not ever seen before. I've seen plenty like it, like with this similar leaf shape, but the name I just wasn't familiar with at all. It's the Filidendrin Micranthm. I saw it on an Ecuagenera live sale and I couldn't pass it up. Got it shipped, and I did lose a leaf in transit, so it's not, it wasn't in the first place much of a plant. Like, there's only 2 leaves on it. I've been obsessed with the leaf shape since it got here. I have another new leaf coming in, so I'm very interested to see what that's gonna be like. I assume, or one would assume, that this is what the leaves look like, but these are juvenile leaves, so what does the mama look like? You know what I mean? I feel like the bigger ones maybe have like more lobes, or I don't know, maybe they just get longer. Who knows? I don't know, because I can't find a lot of information about it online. So all the pictures that I can bring up are just pictures of Ecuagenera selling this, or a completely different philodendron in general. So maybe this is some kind of new cultivar, but it's very rare for them to have so much shape at such a young age. And it just seems to be like one of those uncommon philodendron. I haven't seen anyone else with it. If you've been on Ecuagenera live sale, maybe you've seen it, but yeah, I haven't seen it before since. I didn't even see him selling it again, but I also had to take a little break from the live sales because baby, mama likes to eat, okay? But something about having a plant that I don't see a lot of people with just makes it like a little bit more special to me, especially when it's a philodendron. Like, I absolutely adore the philodendron genus altogether. I feel like it's the genus that I'm the most knowledgeable about. Not saying that I know a lot, because I know nothing, okay? Don't listen to me. But so far it's adjusted really well. It's been here about a month now, and finally starting to pick up as far as growth. Like I said, I lost a leaf and I'm so excited about this one. Like, what the heck is this gonna look like? Another new one is the Hoya NS05055. I feel like that's a fake phone number somebody's giving out, but immediately obsessed. Immediately obsessed. Once again, I was a victim of a live sale, so this one came from Ecuagenera on their live sale as well. And the leaves are unreal, you guys. Like, they're thick and waxy, but kind of have like that warm skin texture, like the Rugosum. Tell me if anyone else does this, but when I see a plant on a live sale and it looks like juvenile or it's something I'm unfamiliar with, I do like a quick Google search of it to see what it's gonna look like mature. And what sold me was the mature sunstress, not mature, but the sunstress leaves were completely purple. Like, oh my God. No, they had like a little bit of green around the top, and it was like this ombre out to purple. I'll put a picture on the screen, but oh my goodness gracious, you guys. I was like, yep, gotta have it. Gotta have it. And it looks really good, just green too. Like, imagine when this gets bigger and up around the trellis. It's already there, like it's already impressing me, but I can only imagine what else it can do. And it's been so well behaved, no drama, no leaf dropping, no rotting, no nothing, like completely unproblematic. It just has such main character vibes in like this quiet and subtle way. Like, y'all are gonna notice me, but I'm not loud. I'm like keeping it cute, keeping it classy. But either way, I'm here for it. I'm here for the foliage. I'm here for even the flowers. Like, I'm here for it all. And I can't wait to see how much more it's gonna grow. I already have new leaves coming in right there. So it's been, and then like, look at that little baby one trying to come in. So she's been doing her thing. She's definitely been doing her thing. And we're going to see how big we can get those leaves. Speaking of big leaves, this is my Hoya SP Lampang. This is another plant that I've never heard of or never seen, but I don't know of a lot of Hoyas. So that's not to say much. This could be very common for all I know. And the leaves aren't huge right now, but it just looks like one of those plants that's going to get like big giant leaves. And they're very firm and like unbendable, you know what I mean? Thick. I love the texture on here. I love the little white splashes. This is going to be a Hoya of my dreams. It kind of reminds me of the chicken farm in a lot of ways. I think just like the leaf shape and size remind me of the chicken farm, because it's definitely like not as matte. It's a lot more glossy. I don't know a ton about this particular Hoya just yet. I don't even really know what to expect, but not knowing a whole lot about it just kind of adds to the excitement for me. I've got it up in my office under a grow light on one of the shelves, and it's kind of getting too tall for the shelf. So I'm gonna have to think about relocating it, but I'm really curious to see what this one becomes with time. Like, I see like kind of a darker margin. How does it sun stress? Like, does it sun stress? I have so many questions about it. And I guess I could look them up. I just haven't. I got this at a plant swap and it was really busy at the time that I was like about to purchase it. So I didn't really have time to like stop and look it up before I made a decision. I just like impulse bought it. So yeah, I get to watch and see and guess what it's gonna do. And who knows, maybe this will flower. Like, I have so many little baby Hoyas that before they started like taking off as far as foliage, they flowered, like they bloomed for me. So maybe this will be one of those. Who knows, who knows, who knows. But I certainly cannot wait to find out. So Green Spaces sent me this box, and honestly, I was so nervous because it was shipped internationally, and we all know how risky that could be. So yeah, I crossed my fingers and opened it up. And if I'm not mistaken, they sent me 6 plants. So let's open up this mystery box and see what we have. First of all, I just want to say doing this with one hand is a nightmare. Well, it's not that serious, but anyway. So shipped in moss. Immediately I can see the stem is something variegated. It's a thick stem. I think I know what it is. Yes, I knew it. I knew it. Okay, so now I'm definitely concerned about the roots because I don't want to lose a single leaf on here. Look how big this is. Oh my gosh. And it has such good variegation. The leaves are already fenestrated. I see a little bit of rotting. That's okay. I can cut that off. Not a problem. Not a problem. So I've had almost every Monstera except for the Monstera Elbow. So if I'm not mistaken, the Elbow and the Tycon, or maybe it's just a Tycon, are really sensitive to root rot. And the fact that this was shipped in moss had me so nervous. And there were a few like mushy roots that I had to cut off. So far, it's doing just fine. I may lose a leaf or two, but I'm like this one, like I may lose an older leaf. But oh my gosh, you guys, I feel so hopeful with this. I mean, and I've also been extra careful. Like I said, I trimmed away any roots that even remotely looked like not promising. And another thing that I did was soaked the roots just for a minute or two in a peroxide and water bath. I can't believe they sent me a plant that already had fenestrated leaves. Like, this is a great size. I'm just really excited about it. Despite the root situation, it hasn't like shown me any signs of shock yet. Honestly, I was expecting it to pout a little bit like immediately, and it hasn't done that yet. So I think we're doing okay so far. Oh my gosh. I know the Elbow is kind of old news now, but I finally have one and I'm not chill about it. So far, so good. Let's see what else we got. About opening these. So far, also in moss. I feel like everything's going to be in moss. I don't see anything like wrong with the roots immediately. What is, oh, so this is a Rugosum aberrant form, and I only see one leaf that has to go, but I just wanted this so bad, you guys. Honestly, I was secretly hoping they would send me something like this. So when it comes to the Filidendrin Rugosum, this is the one I was expecting when I got my original Rugosum. This one is called the, I think, aberrant form, and it's the form that like really gets super crinkly in the middle. And that is what I saw. That's the first Rugosum I saw that made me even want it. So when my other one arrived and it didn't have this weird shape, I was really confused. And doing a little bit of research like helped me figure out, oh, there are two different forms. This is the one that I wanted. This was my dream Rugosum right here. The leaves are just so weird in the best way. Like, the crinkly shape of them is crazy. The texture is not as textured as the other Rugosum, but it still really feels like skin, which is like crazy to me. Like I said, it's not as like intense as the wider form of Rugosum, but oh my goodness, you guys, I finally have this. When I took the moss off the roots, I was really shocked, especially with it being shipped like in the middle of the summer, and you know, the moss was still moist. I knew something was going to be rotted in there. I was expecting that. But for this philodendron, like nothing. The roots were phenomenal. In fact, the roots were too long and I had to trim them a little bit just to fit it into this little pot. When I get plants imported, I kind of take a lot of steps, and I just wasn't as worried about this one. Like, I still did the peroxide and water bath. I still did neem oil and dish soap on the leaves. And I still gave it a little splash of, like, I give all my imported plants a little splash of Super Thrive. So yeah, I did that and it's doing phenomenal right now. Gosh, the leaves are so shiny. I mean, that's probably the neem oil too, but oh my goodness, something about this reminds me of an avocado. I am so hyped to have it. Like I said, this was what I was expecting the first time. So now I just have two. No biggie. Some kind of yellow leaf, but that's okay. It looks like it's a younger one. We'll be able to cut it off. Oh, it's an Antherium. This is the Antherium Forgeti hybrid. I'm not sure what it's crossed with. It said unknown, so maybe we'll find out, maybe not. I'm really loving this hybrid Forgeti. It looks very similar to the wide form Forgeti, but I'm going to really enjoy the mystery of like trying to figure out what this is crossed with. You guys, I'm so pressed on this right now, and lately I really feel like I have been stepping my Anthurium game up and just like falling in love with the genus all over again. And I also kind of enjoy getting them pretty small because the bigger ones get pretty big. And I don't have a lot of space right now for plants. I'm kind of maxed out on plant space. So getting them at a smaller size right now just gives me time to like breathe, and I can like still have them. I mean, I guess the logical solution to like the space issue is to not get any more plants, but who's doing that? So yeah, I'm really happy with the size of it. I can't believe how well it's shipped. I did lose a leaf. I really enjoy the noticeable difference from my Forgeti, the wide form Forgeti. Like it looks like a water, like a raindrop, you know, when you draw raindrops in pictures. That's what it kind of reminds me of. But yeah, velvety, dark, great veining, just everything you love, the closed sinus, everything you love about the Forgeti, with a little bit more like spunk to it, if you ask me. And I'm gonna continue to just let it acclimate and continue growing. Nothing new there yet, but we're hopeful about it. So this one's pretty different because it's in a cup. And it says Algone Lotus. I don't think I'm familiar with that, but I see that it's pink. I'm gonna have to cut off a lot of leaves, but I think it'll bounce back. So far, I'm absolutely obsessed with the color. I had to cut a few leaves off the Algone Lotus. A few of them, and you can see a little bit right there, didn't necessarily like the journey here. So it's all good because I still have this new leaf coming in right there. And these grow pretty quickly, at least in my experience. They've grown pretty quickly. Right away, the color just jumps out at you. It's vibrant, it's warm, and it kind of glows even at this small size. I didn't uncover a lot of roots on here, but that kind of works out in my favor because I was able to like fit it in this smaller pot, and I'll be able to watch the root growth. Honestly, I would not have picked this plant myself. I think that out of the 400 plus plants that I have in my collection, about maybe 4 or 5 of them, maybe even less, are actual Aglaonema. So I'm kind of glad that this is like forcing me out of my norm. I don't know why I'm like this. Y'all just pray for me. But plants like Aglaonema, crotons, peace lilies, they just, I don't know, they remind me of like a 70s sitcom set, which is weird because I really like vintage and like old things. But I don't know, it's, why am I even telling y'all this? I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of Aglaonema. It has to really stand out for me to even look at it. And this definitely check those boxes. This plant definitely makes me question everything I thought I knew about myself. Like I'm definitely stepping out of my comfort zone and like trying new things here lately. And I think it's just the vibrance and the way this color is dispersed that I don't know, it's just like really hypnotizing me. Elegant, it's very bold, and it's low-key kind of fabulous. Just rip it right on off. And I know it's an oh, it's a King of Spades. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've wanted a King of Spades for so long. I have so many, well, I have a few hybrids, but now I have the real thing. And so far the leaves are so perfect. I am gonna have to cut off a few, but that's fine. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I have my very own Antherium King of Spades now. I have a few hybrids floating around here somewhere, but I've never had the real thing until now. And of course, this one is a seedling, so I get to watch it grow up from this baby stage. And that's honestly one of my favorite parts about, just one of my favorite parts about collecting plants is like obviously watching them grow. And it's pretty beneficial that it's still pretty small because I have the perfect spot for it in my cabinet. But this Anthurium is one of the plants of my dreams, you guys. I have wanted one for years. I cannot believe I have it. I really can't believe I have it now. The leaves get this amazing shape to them, obviously shaped like a spade. I do feel a little bit nervous about keeping it happy over the winter time, but I'm gonna keep it in this cabinet as long as I can and keep it, you know, happy with the constant humidity and light for as long as I can. And hopefully it will survive in there or like not outgrow that space over the winter. I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself, like, we're still in what, July here? So I got time. I did lose one leaf that was like already yellow upon arrival, which is to be expected. Even now, like by the time this plant gets huge, I don't expect any of these to still be here. Maybe this one. Maybe. And actually I have this plant potted up in my new naked root breathing planter. This one is their new color called Starry Night. And I think it's so pretty. It's like this translucent gray and it's got like these speckles of glitter throughout it. So it was perfect. I think it paired perfectly with this Anthurium, you know, a dreamy pot from my dream plant. It worked out perfectly. And I will link Naked Root down below if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I just thought it was such a great fit. I do wonder how fast this will grow and how fussy this plant will be. And for so long, I felt like the Entheum King of Spades was so far out of my reach. So it is just like, I feel so complete now that I have it. And I'm nervous but excited about what lies ahead. I already read the label for it, so I already knew what it was. And I already have this one, but now I have two. So this is the variegated Hoya compacta, and it needs some work. This one came with no roots, which at first made me a little bit nervous. I'm not sure if they rotted in transit or just weren't established in the first place, but I checked the stem and the leaves, like there was no mush. Everything looked like it was in decent shape, which is actually a dream come true when it comes to international shipping. I already have a Hoya compacta variegated, so I'm not sure if I'm keeping this one or giving away or just combining them. But honestly, this one looks better than the one that I have now, so I'll probably just combine them. But everything is looking up to par. Like I have no complaints about it aside from the roots. But again, like I don't know if that was par for the course or not. I'm actually quite impressed with how all the plants shipped. Like they were all in decent shape and like nothing was dead, which if you've shipped internationally before, like you know how scary that is. I ended up letting the box sit for a few hours in my house because honestly, I was just too busy doing other things. But after opening the box and giving everybody like a good wipe down and clean and soaking in peroxide and water, everything just seemed to like be adjusting well now. So as long as everyone is happy, I'll be happy. And we're just gonna track the growth of these plants as the months go by, and hopefully everybody makes it. So that was everything in my greenspaces.id box. And I have to say it's a little bit nerve-wracking to get plants shipped when they're shipping internationally. Number one, it's expensive, and just the shipping alone is a huge gamble because sometimes it can like take a while. But luckily everything in my box was in good shape and nothing fatal occurred. So we're in good hands. So shout out to Green Spaces for sending those over. If you're thinking about giving Green Spaces a try and you want to save 20%, I do have a discount code KLAN20, because if you're about that plant life, you know it is not cheap. I also ended up getting this philodendron at the plant swap, and the guy I got it from had so many cool plants. Like I always get something from him whenever I go, but I thought, I don't know what I thought. I kind of just got this one out of curiosity. It was only about this tall, so it didn't have, and it still to me doesn't have like a ton of, I mean, I guess it has plenty of shape, but the leaves are still very small, so I'm still a little bit unsure about this one. This is called the Filidendrin Distantilobum Narrow. So yeah, it's definitely been an interesting one that I'm kind of keeping my eye on to see what's gonna happen with it. I feel like it kind of looks like some weeds that are growing in my backyard, like when all the leaves are coupled together. It just looks like a bunch of weeds, I guess because of how like, I don't know, what do you call this? Like lacy or fingery the leaves are at a small size. And it seems like one of those philodendron that's gonna get big, kind of like the male eye, and get big fast. So I obviously put a stake in it immediately, and I'm already like having to tame the wild growth of it. So it's a pretty fast grower. It's been a fairly easy grower, and I'm more concerned about a space issue in the future than I am like caring about it, but we'll see. We'll see how this one turns out. So that was only like 12 plants in a month. I think I'm doing really good at controlling myself, and I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna be in quite a pickle when it's time to bring in my outdoor plants for the winter. Like, where's everything going? Anyway, that wraps up all the new plants I've added to my collection lately. It's been a little bit wild, but I'm not mad about it. Huge shout out to greenspaces.id for sending over that gorgeous box of imports. Don't forget to use my discount code KLAN20 to save a little bit at checkout, and I'll leave everything in the description box below. Let me know in the comments which plant was your favorite and which one surprised you the most. I always love to hear what you guys are growing and what you have on your wish list. And of course, if you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe if plants are your vibe. I've got more planty content coming soon, so I'll see you in the next one.